Hi everyone, welcome to our new channel, Cricket Think Tank. I'm Rashid and
I'm Majid. So we're living in the US, and whenever we get a chance to talk about something, whether it's in the field of politics or like day to day life activities, there is always a topic that actually eventually comes into our discussion. That is cricket, because we love cricket very much, whether we play good or not. That's another discussion. But we want to talk about cricket very often.
yeah, and I think eventually, I mean, not just cricket of Bangladesh, everything about cricket, and also I think for last 1 year, we tried to improve ourselves in cricket, which I failed by the way. But yeah, so cricket is I believe cricket is life.
Yeah.
Uh, in cricket we can learn a lot of things about our life. And this is why we thought that why don't we talk about cricket with all of you guys? And this is why we're here. And first, I want to talk about this topic. So today we are going to talk about the modern day cricket batter. So basically, this topic came along for Majid. The other day we were talking about something, and we somehow said Majid said that I think I mean what he said. I'm quoting him that I think in modern day there is no classical cricket batter, and I'm like, are you sure? And he said, yeah. And then I actually dig and I say, okay, I mean, he's not much wrong, I believe. So I think why don't we talk about it with everyone? So
Yeah.
Majid, you start.
Yeah. So I think this particular point of discussion came along whenever we were talking about how T20 cricket actually came into the picture. So, as we can clearly see that when this particular form of cricket has actually favored the batter rather than the bowler, and this has actually led to the demotion, I would say, of the quality of um, the the age old Test cricketers that we actually looked up to, like the Brian Lara, Kumar Sangakkara, and Sachin Tendulkar also. We don't get to see those quality of batters nowadays. But I think these particular situations is are happening just because of we are trying to bring money from cricket, and that's particularly actually impacting the quality of modern test batters or one day international batters.
I think I mean, if I think about the previous batter, obviously, I mean, name that you mentioned, and also there are many more names like Willie Crease, even Shoaib Ganguly, then I would say Said Anwar. So these batters. So basically, what I feel that previously the batters, for the batters, they actually didn't face a particular challenge, which is there was not much data available for the team. So whenever they used to play, I mean, many times the bowler didn't know that. I mean, or actually had to think from themselves. But nowadays the data is available. So I think isn't it a challenge for the modern batter, and isn't it supposed to make them better than the previous generation? What do you say?
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think um, you're right that nowadays, when what form of cricket you are playing, there is a data analyst with your team. So that particular data analyst's job is to provide feedback about how about like if you are a bowler, he will provide you a feedback regarding how you are going to bowl to a particular batsman. Because I have this particular data, these are the weak zones and these are the strong zones. So if you suppose you are trying to pitch it up to the batsman, then he will be facing a lot of trouble negotiating that particular ball. But these sort of data were not present before in the recorded form, like in the form of like the online data or some other recorded data.
Yeah, I think nowadays even I mean even not just the international cricketers, even I mean for the young cricketers, we have data about them. Like in India, they actually have the data for the even under 16, under 5, under 17. These cricketers, they have the data of the cricketer, that how he's playing, even in the training, that how they're negotiating the ball, what the I mean, what the weak gates, what the strong zones. So I think this data is there. So I think, I mean, from my perspective, I also thought that, I mean, it should improve the batter, because when as a batter, when you know that you are supposed to be beaten by this ball, and definitely the bowler is going to use that ball, so you should work on that.
Yeah, I think maybe one of the major reason that currently the batter are not that much of greater quality that we have looked on the previous greatest batsmen like the Sachin Tendulkar, Said Anwar, as you said.
Then Alistair Cook,
Yeah. Alistair Cook was, yeah,
yeah,
he falls into the same category.
yeah,
I think that primarily there is lot of versions of cricket that were not previously present when Sachin, Alistair Cook, or Kumar Sangakkara used to play. So they, and at the latter stage of their career, different versions of cricket were actually introduced, like the T20s and the T10s. Those were actually emerging in their career. But nowadays, if you think about any promising cricketer, like the cricketer who were younger in age, they had to adapt to different versions of cricket, because not only they are playing for their national team, they're in their off season they are playing for different international leagues also.
yes.
And these
Franchise leagues,
franchise leagues,
yeah,
like the IPLs, those are T20
Big Bash,
versions,
yeah.
but also there are many T10 versions. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
so many.
currently there is an Abu Dhabi T10
Yeah.
league that's going on. So
Even the hundreds are there. I mean, like
yeah,
100
that's a
ball.
very different version.
Yeah,
Cause
and then
yeah,
again, I think the Sixers, something six of
yeah, Hong Kong Six.
Hong Kong Sixers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hong
I
Kong
think.
Sixers. So I think these versions of cricket are actually, mm, I would say, not helping the cricketers, like sticking to a particular brand of cricket that they want to play. Because if you see the progression and how has cricket evolved, like in the wonder form also. Yeah, previously a score of 250 to 270 was a very high score, and it
Yeah.
was, if you get to score that much run, you are 70 to 80% sure that you are going to win that particular match. But in today's age, even a score of 350 is actually not that much guaranteed
Winning
to
score,
defend.
yeah, yeah. And I think it is because, I mean, if you're there are a lot, I mean, many matches that are happening in the batting friendly wicket. I cannot actually, I don't have the right data about that, but I can tell from my intuition that there, from the stat, we can say that there are so many matches that are happening in the flat wickets or batting friendly wickets. So where the bowler doesn't have to I mean, can, doesn't have anything to do actually. They can't, they can't gather the swing they want. They can gather the turn they want. It's just a wicket, you ball and you get hit.
Yeah,
And pray to God that you don't get
yeah.
hit. So I think this is also one of the problem in for the batter, that, and I was looking into the data. So when you mentioned that, I went to the to see that how the, like, some of the top batters nowadays, like some of the players who are in the top 10 in the ICC ranking, how they did. And especially, just let me give one example here. For just a few days ago, I think Harry Brook actually recently, he's probably number in within 1 to 3 in test batting ranking. And I would say it's a very unconventional cricket batter. I mean, he is very aggressive in the test cricket. But the interesting thing is that, I did not see that he is actually doing well in bowling friendly wickets. I mean, like, he is 317 run against Pakistan. It was actually in the worst bowling friendly wicket.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
must
yeah.
say. I mean, that pitch was just like a road.
Yeah. So I think Pakistan has a very bad reputation of
Yeah.
creating um, like very much batting friendly pitch.
Yeah.
So these pitches are actually, I would say, an anomaly. Like what if a particular batter gets a very good score, I would say he still has a lot to prove, because if you if that particular batter goes to some overseas conditions like the Australian condition, or the Indian condition, or the South African condition, he will face a different challenge, where he has to fight different sort of bounce, different sort of swings, and in some cases in subcontinent area he has to face various spinning challenges. So I think, um, those players, if you talk about Harry Brook, he is actually consistently performing across different versions.
Mm.
So if a particular player is playing very good in T20, one day, and test, most likely that particular batter is aggressive in nature. Yeah. That's why he is able to score more runs in T20s and in the ODIs, and that particular form he is bringing into the test. But when a situation about like grinding out in the middle, for a test match, uh, that in that particular situation, that it will be interesting to see how he goes to perform.
Yeah, I think I would talk about Subman Gill as well. Subman Gill is probably one of the talented batsmen nowadays, batter nowadays. So I have analyzed some from ODI. He is, I think, probably number one right now, and I have analyzed some of his records. So I think Subman Gill in the uh, um, so some of his top scores, I have seen that like he scored 208 in Hyderabad. So Hyderabad is actually batting friendly ground. So he has scored 116. I mean, this is actually a different case because in three Bhuvan, so in that that's not a very batting friendly wicket. So I think when I was analyzing, so I saw that most of not just Subman Gill, many batter that I have seen, that there are many of their top scores like 200 or something like that, or 150 plus scores that are actually happening in the batting friendly wickets. But we are not seeing them actually having enough success in the difficult wickets. Like for example, the other day I saw a picture that, and I can remember that as well. In like Alistair Cook, Alistair Cook scored 200 plus run in Gaba. Gaba is the probably the most batting friendly, pacer friendly wicket in the world. So he scored 200, and against Australia he scored 200 plus run. So, and I don't see that nowadays. Like nowadays I see if any batter, yeah, whenever they are actually going in these difficult conditions, they are not scoring much runs. They're scoring. I mean, like just today, yeah, I saw that India is all out in 150. Even Australia is struggling there.
That is exactly my point that I has talked earlier. Like, if you see a particular batter is scoring consistently across all the formats, most likely that particular batter is aggressive in nature. If you talk about Alistair Cook, if you talk about Kane Williamson, if you talk about Steve Smith or Joe Root, both are not aggressive in nature. They're like, they have a very proper technique of how to survive, and they are bringing that particular nature into the greatest version of cricket. That's the test, right? So in that particular case, you will be able to see a lot of big score in the test cricket, since they are not aggressive in nature, and they know how to go through the tough period and survive and then score.
Yes.
But if you think about, like, uh, suppose Shubman Gill or Rishabh Pant in some cases. Rishabh Pant is a very good attacking batsman, but he doesn't have a lot of big hundreds that we expect to see from a test batter.
Yeah.
Like, so in some cases, I would say Mushfiqur Rahim also. Like, Mushfiqur Rahim has many. He has the temperament to be a very good test batter. Yeah. That's why he couldn't actually survive in the shorter version of the shortest version of cricket, the T10s or the T20s?
I think when you bring the topic of Mushfiqur Rahim, and I will actually go to this topic about Bangladeshi batter. I'm really disappointed about that. Mushfiqur Rahim is one of the finest batter that I have seen. I mean,
Yeah.
from Bangladesh.
Yeah.
And I did not. I'm not saying him. The stat does not actually
Justifies talent.
justifies his talent, and
Yeah.
because if you look into his 200, and the way he bats,
Yeah.
I really feel bad. It's true that when he first came to the cricket, he was the worst batter of.
Yeah. He had the potential, but he was he got introduced to the international cricket so early. Like he was barely 18 or 19. So I exactly remember he was introduced to the test arena in the England condition.
Yeah.
I think he had a very bad
So
series.
is it in 2007?
Yeah, somewhere around
Some
that.
six,
Yeah,
I
six
guess,
or
yeah.
seven, I think.
6, yeah.
Just before the World Cup, I think.
Yeah.
So I think in the context of Bangladesh, he's arguably one of the best batter, but he could have a lot more prolific career if he would have did justice to himself.
Yeah, I think I will go to this topic actually in the later phase, but yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I think the another challenge for the modern batter that I have felt that, like if you think about the formats, like ODI, T20, and Test, these three are very different formats. Like in Test match, you have to play in one way. In ODI, you have to play in another way, and in T20, very different. In fact, I would say, both are different. All are different.
Yeah.
Now, as a batter, it is also very challenging to, if you want, like previously we used to see that, like successful batter in ODI is also a successful batter in Test cricket.
Yeah.
It was more of a common,
Yeah,
except a few, I would say, like maybe Justin Langer.
Yeah.
Or Simon Catich.
Yeah.
But other than that, you would see that all the batters, they're consistently performing in both formats. But now actually we have three different formats. And in three different formats, your approach has to be different. So I think this is also becoming a big challenge for the new batters who are coming to the scene. And I think nowadays, in the bowling friendly wicket, we are not seeing good runs from the batter. Like if you think about India, in last 4 test matches, India, I think in actually New Zealand won them. And in there, actually, can you give me some good runs from Virat Kohli, one of the best batter right now. Rohit Sharma, one of the best batter right now. Actually, they don't have good runs, but they are one of the best batter. But if you bring them to the batting field of wicket, and they will crash you.
That's the point I was actually trying to make, because I think if we try to sustain this type of sport, you need to actually the spectators in most cases like to see batters score run.
Yeah.
In some cases, it's okay. Like there has to be even competition between the bowling and batting. That's true, but a spectator actually gets more excited when a six is hit rather than a wicket is fallen.
Okay. So actually, you brought an interesting topic, and I would really want to talk about this topic someday, because I think I had this topic in my mind, and someday I will definitely talk about it. That does more sixes make you excited? This is something that I really want to just not about to talk about it. I want to experiment it.
Exactly. So we will talk about this particular topic, since this is going to be a very long discussion, because there's so much discussion points in this particular topic. But the thing that I wanted to talk in here is that in the like you said, in India versus New Zealand Test series, that they were literally outplayed, just because I think one of the primary reasons were they were fresh from the T20 World Cup. They were actually in their T20 mode of batting. they were, I think, they didn't. If you see that most of the Indian top class batters, when did they last time play the Ranji Trophy? They didn't
Yeah.
in the last 10 years. Rohit Sharma,
Yeah.
nor Rohit Sharma nor Virat Kohli has played any Ranji Trophy match. So how you were expecting to like survive for a difficult period of play when the situation demands?
But I think India is playing a lot of test matches in recent
Yeah,
years.
but if you see like just before World Cup,
Yeah.
Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are getting dropped from the test squad just to keep them fresh.
Yes, yes, that's
So-
true. That's true. Yeah,
so-
I agree. I agree. And at the same time, I would say that, like, I mean, also for India, I would say that their practice test series was with Bangladesh.
Yeah.
I would say, which gave them the false confidence. I
Yeah.
mean, actually, in the first test, they were becoming. I mean, they were
They were in
trouble.
trouble. Yeah.
I think.
Jadeja and
Jadeja-
Ashwin had a very good partnership.
Yeah, just because of that, they survived.
survived.
And in the second test, I think, which was about to be washed by rain, and our cricket team was able to make India winner.
Yeah.
Then in that match, they actually didn't play test match; they played T20.
Exactly. Exactly. That's my point. They know how to score runs quickly now, but they are actually in that in the pursuit of scoring more runs. They are actually neglecting the importance of getting spending more time on the wicket, right?
That means a survival.
Yeah.
Survival. So I think, yeah, you were, and also in modern times, some of, like, in England actually proposed a word called buzz ball. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, I have a lot of things to talk about buzz ball. I think, from my perspective, I mean, what I understand, actually, it's not something that's new.
Yeah.
But because, I mean, if you think about Adam Gilchrist, why Adam Gilchrist used to play in number 7 in Test match when he was actually one of the best opener in ODI cricket? Because, I mean, he was the aggressive batter. So in number 7, whenever he has to come, his main job was to score quick runs. Like, whenever, like, they had, I mean, the top batter, they have scored 400 runs. His job was to score, make it to 600.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah.
So this is, I mean, and Injama, then I can say Virendra Sehwag is one of the prime example.
Yeah.
I mean, he's look at his 300. That was, I mean, how quickly he did that.
Yeah.
Then even Chris Gayle, I mean, whenever he used to play, I mean, buzzball is not something new. But the problem happened that whenever with this buzzword, buzzball, so they thought that I have to score runs quickly.
Yeah.
And I have to get a result out of the match. But the thing is, it's not, test match is not about that. And they forget the part that you have to survive as well. So whenever they're, I mean, their mentality is like, okay, I have to score more quicker. I have to score quicker. I have to score maybe 350 in 70 overs or 80 overs. I have to, in a day, I have to score 400 runs. But the problem is that sometimes the pitch is not, that friendly. So you are losing more wickets quicker. I mean, I really feel bad that when I see that batter like Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, they're not doing well in the bowling friendly wickets.
Yeah. But I think if you talk about the future of cricket, the youngsters that are actually coming into the picture, the cricketers that we actually are going to talk about in the future, suppose in the Indian team, Shubman Gill, Rishabh Pant, or Yashasvi Jaiswal, they are largely aggressive in their batting style, and in some other countries also, like in the England, you were talking about Harry Brooks, Ben Stokes is also I think in the brink of their career, Jack Crawley and Ollie Pope. Most of them are actually aggressive in their style of play. Even there's an interesting discussion, like in the England Test squad, their previous keeper was they sacked their previous keeper just because he was playing more defensively, but he was in very good form. He scored Yeah, I also actually forgot the name. But recently he was replaced by Jamie Smith, I think.
Yeah.
He's actually more attacking in nature, and that's why I feel very bad for him. Like the previous keeper who was actually dropped from the squad, there were a lot of controversy in that particular issue also. Even after he was in a very good form, just because he was playing defensively, um, even though he was in good form, he was dropped. So that actually goes to show like um, the the uh, the arrival of T20 cricket is actually shaping the other versions of cricket in in a very significant way, I think.
I think one more thing about, as we are talking about England, and as they introduced basketball. I mean, I'm not sure, but if I think about the way England was batting, England was playing, I mean, actually England was struggling in because they did not have good batters who can survive in the pitch. So in that regard, they introduced basketball. That okay, I mean, as you are not surviving much, so you just okay, you play, and you are only surviving for maybe 40 to 50 balls. So then try to score that, and that would contribute to the team. And their bowling lineup is very good. Like Jimmy Anderson is there, and Stuart Broad was there. And I mean, they have maybe one of the best bowling lineups. So they thought that that would be. I think this is one of the reasons they introduced basketball. But the problem is that, I mean, basketball only succeeded in the batting field of cricket. Because I mean,
Yeah, if there was a scoreboard pressure, the other teams were actually coming under the pressure of a huge scoreboard.
Yeah.
So they were actually catching up the game and trying to catch up the game. They were giving away their wickets.
Yeah.
That's true actually.
And also, another thing about the basketball. I mean, about the batter. I mean, that you say that they're aggressive in nature, but the thing is, I mean, Vijay Sehwag was aggressive. Gilchrist was aggressive, but they could also, if you needed a situation that okay, you have to survive for 100 balls, they could survive that.
Yeah.
I mean, they could do that, but I think I do not see that in most of our modern batter. And another, I mean, like most. I mean, I'm not saying all, but
Yeah,
most.
I would say there is only one exception in this case who is actually able to play super aggressive and also be super defensive. That is AB de Villiers.
Oh yes.
So
yeah.
he
I
had a
was
score
about to
of
say that,
like 34 ball century and
Yeah.
also a 250 ball plus 33 run score in a test match. So I think that actually goes to show like if you trust your defense, then you will be able to play aggressive cricket in whatever format you are playing, or whatever situation it is demanding of you. That's why I am truly in favor of championing like trusting your defense and try to build your defense in such a way that if your defense is stronger, eventually your attacking play will improve.
Yes, and at the same time, like I mean, I would, as you mentioned, everybody failures. Obviously, I would say one of the finest players to win World Cup. So, like I would talk about Stephen Smith as well. Stephen Smith, if
Yeah.
you, I think in recent few Big Bash, I
He
mean,
was the
he
top
was
scorer.
not actually tagged as a T20 batter.
Yeah.
He got mad.
Yeah.
And just look at his record in the Big Bash. Although Australia is stubborn not to take him in the T20, but he is capable enough for
Yeah.
T20. And the way he, I mean, I think in one of the season, I think it's 2022, probably 2021 or 20. I don't exactly remember that, but I was seeing that he was coming as an opener and he was just hitting the ball hard. And, oh my god, I'm like,
Yeah,
he can.
yeah,
He can do that.
he hit more sixes than fours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like that's what I was actually talking. Like if you have a very good defense, then you know you are not going to get out.
Yes.
Then you can play aggressively if the situation demands. That's what I was actually talking about. Even the term baseball, where actually is coming from Brendan McCullum. Brendan McCullum was actually not a bad test player.
Yeah,
But
his test record was very.
yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah,
good, I would say.
yeah. He has. I think he has the quickest 100 in test, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
maybe
think
Misbah.
it's not anymore. It's
Yeah,
Misbah probably
but
now.
I think
Yeah, I
it
think
was from
it's.
Misbah. That also is another great example.
Yeah.
If we we term Misbah as a tuk Misbah, but Misbah ul Haq has a very good defense, right?
Yes.
But he has this record of like scoring the quickest test 100 also, right?
And the interesting thing is that Misbah does not have actually much hundred.
Yeah.
I mean, probably one or two, I guess. And he got it at the very end of his career. I mean, Misbah used to score 80-ish run or 70-ish runs, but he could not actually make it to the three figure. But then I don't know what happened, but he has I think the quickest 50 in Test cricket,
Maybe.
I believe, and also the quickest in
Quickest 100. That, yeah, I am quite sure about quickest 100, but not
I'm not
quite
sure
sure
whether
about the quickest
is the record
50.
is still there or.
It was maybe, I'm not sure.
Okay, we have to check.
Yeah, I will have to check. Yeah. So that's what we were actually talking about. Like you need to have a very good defense, but that's the point. Like if you are trying to improve, like if you're trying to bring more versions of cricket into the play, does it actually help your batting? That's the thing what we wanted to talk about, right?
I think another thing about the batter, modern batter, I would say that like um, basically what I believe, many modern day batters they are looking forward with the. I mean, they love the shorter version of cricket because I mean, as a batter you can also earn a lot of money in there.
Yeah.
Because it's very exciting, and they are not, I think, focusing more into the first class cricket. But in my belief, actually, a cricketer learns. I mean, a batter, if that batter wants to improve, first class is the main. If you have good first class experience, because I mean, in first class, the main thing is that you are playing more balls, and when you are playing more, I mean, when you are playing in different conditions, you are trying to survive there. You have more experience there. I mean, yes, you can like I mean, Subman Gill plays 500 balls
Each
in his training each day in his training, but training and the real match is different.
Yeah.
And so I think many modern day batters they do not want to focus. I mean, I'm not saying it like a few, except a few, they actually focus on first class cricket. I mean, like if you think about some of the even in England, just go there and see the stat of some of the first class cricketers. They're not that good. It used to be better.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the reason they went forward with the baseball because they are not. They seeing that the batter are not surviving more. And as they're not surviving more, okay, just go on and score 50 runs.
Whatever delivery you are staying on the pitch, just try to score runs. Yeah. That's the thing that we wanted to talk about.
And I think another perspective here is that I mean, for the another thing I believe, like for a batter to actually improve and show, I mean, become a classical batter, it is also very important to give them the time. It is also one of the things I would ask. I mean, like for example, if you look into Virat Kohli's record, I think maybe in first 10 ODI matches he was terrible. But again, now he's one of the best batters. I mean, ignore the recent form.
Yeah.
But he is one of the finest batters in modern cricket.
Yeah.
And
Last
then,
20 years.
And I can say Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma is probably one of the finest batters right now. But look into his some of the early days. Like I mean, I still remember Shofiul Islam.
Yeah.
A bowler like Shofiul Islam took his wicket.
Yeah.
And he was terrible in facing the first bowler.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to see him struggle in Australia, but then now look at him. So I think it is also true that we have to give the modern batters some time. But one thing we have to think about is that first you have to trust your defense, and to do that, you have to focus on the first class part.
Yeah.
and then there you will develop, and
Yeah.
then I mean you can do whatever you want. Like Steven Smith,
Hmm.
I mean he, although Australia is not allowing him to play the T20 international, but he would
Yeah.
do well. I can
Yeah.
promise.
If it was not Australia, he would have surely got into the national team
Yeah.
in the T20 format. That's true.
And I think let's talk about Bangladesh.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I think Bangladesh, when started cricket, they had a lot of promise. Or like they would have brought more into the game of cricket.
mm,
Uh, like ICC invested, and they gave so much opportunity to such a cricketing nation. But unfortunately, after 20 years or so, they are exactly the point where they started.
yeah.
They
I
didn't,
think yeah.
cause you actually when if you try to think about any form of cricket, they started with playing one day. In this particular format only, they are somewhat capable of beating any side, but not consistently. But in the other two formats, they are they will be able they will be able to lose against any side,
Yeah. And
like
also,
consistently.
if you look at the results,
Yeah.
how many times actually the batters gave them the result, and how many times the bowler gave them? I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is that you'll see that like if you score maybe 300 plus running against Bangladesh, you were more, I mean, more likely to win. I mean,
Mhm.
it's not very it doesn't happen much in currently.
Mhm.
Even in batting friendly wicket, if you score more than 300, Bangladesh would definitely got out in 160,
Yeah, yeah.
150. And I think in modern day, can you think of any batter? I mean, okay, forget
Mhm.
technical,
Mhm.
technical aspect or anything. Do you really think any batter who has the promise to be um, one of the finest batter in the world? I mean, does anyone? Do you
Are you
think
talking about Bangladesh cricket?
Bangladesh,
So,
not other? Yeah.
it actually depends on what format you're talking about. I think,
Oh.
like, I think in one day, if I talk about one day, Bangladesh has actually missed the services of Aftab Ahmed, I think.
No, no, no. I'm talking about the modern. I will talk. I will go back, but now I'm talking about
Oh, like the current.
current
Oh,
batter.
so I think there is a lot of controversy. If I talk about something, there is a lot of controversy. But the current Bangladesh captain, who is actually leading in three format.
Isn't he removed from the captaincy
No,
from
no,
Test
no.
cricket? He
He
was right.
no. So in the Test cricket, he was not part of the team because he was injured.
Oh, okay. I
Miraj is
thought.
actually currently the vice captain, so he's going in place of him. So think about how much money BCB spent on Najmul Hossain Shanto,
Yeah.
like just to bring output from him.
Uh,
So they were actually in the dream of bringing output from Najmul Hossain Shanto, but they invested a whole lot of years
mm,
behind him, right? So in that particular scenario, in that particular scenario, they have missed very good test batters who were actually regularly performing in the
yeah.
first class format, like Tushar Imran, like Naeem
Then
Hassan,
Naim Hassan, and then
not Naeem Hassan, Naeem Islam,
Naim Islam, yeah, Naim
Naeem
Islam.
Islam,
Then Johorul Islam,
Johor Islam, Junaid
Dollar
Siddiqui.
Mahmood, Junaid Siddiqui.
Dollar Mahmood is a bowler, I
Sorry,
think
not
so.
Dollar Mahmood. Sorry, Marshall Ayub.
Marshall Ayub.
Marshall Ayub.
So Marshall Ayub currently is not performing that much because he knows how to. He will not be part of
International,
any
yeah.
format in the
Mm.
national team. So they don't have enough motivation
Yeah.
to perform. So that's the thing that's really disheartening to see, like there is a very lackage of players in our pipeline,
Especially batters, I would say.
especially batters.
I mean, we have a good number of bowlers
Yeah,
nowadays, but I do
that's the
not
only
see
good thing.
actually. I mean, even in first class, Bangladesh first class, you will see that not much player can actually survive 100 balls.
Mhm.
Even I think last season, top scorer was Mominul Haq.
Yeah.
Mominul Haq is probably, I would say, he is a guaranteed person in the test match, but he can't even survive 100 balls in the first class of Bangladesh.
So I will say one another interesting stat. Momil Haq was the highest run scorer in the previous NCL, right?
Yes.
How many hundreds?
Oh, no, no 100.
He
No
scored
100.
zero hundreds.
0-100, yes.
And still he is the topmost run scorer in the NCL.
Yes.
So that goes to show how bad our first class version of cricket is. The primary reason is that you are not championing the regional version of cricket in outside Dhaka.
Yeah.
So you are actually like all other sectors, you are actually centralizing this particular sport. Any player who has to come to the national circuit, he has to play for Dhaka or in any league in Dhaka. If he plays outside Dhaka, there is at least, I think, at most 10 to 20% chance that he will catch the eye of the national.
Yeah, I think even if especially if you play for Dhaka Bohani,
yeah,
DPL, you're definitely gonna go for the national team. And I think one of the main problem with the Bangladeshi batter, I would say that I don't know what's happening in their mind, but when I see from my perspective, I can see that many of the batters, they don't care about their batting performance.
Yeah.
In fact, just think about Tohid Rida. Tohid Rida, when he first came, he was one of the finest batters. I was so impressed. It's not just international cricket. When I saw him in the BPL, I'm like, oh my god, this guy has something. But then I saw that this guy has very limited range of shots, and he is not even thinking about improving on that aspect.
Exactly.
And okay, even yes, he can score runs.
Yeah.
But can he score 100? No. If you think about his recent, the bowler can actually use the data from maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and still they can use that to get him out.
Yeah.
And so in most of Bangladesh batter, I think Shanto maybe, yeah, the investment on Shanto, you see that okay, at least he's performing well in ODI cricket.
Yeah.
But and a little bit okay in Test cricket. I'm not saying that he did good, but okay. And T20 was terrible. But Tohid Rida, I'm not seeing him actually improving much. I'm just seeing him the boy he was there. He's just, he's coming to the crease. He's trying. His only shot is maybe, he tries to just score, try to get singles, and try to scoop. Sorry.
Do the leg side shot.
Leg side shot, and if you stop that, he's done.
Yeah, to be honest, I was actually following Tohid Rida way back when he started playing in the under 19 T20 World Cup.
Yes.
He was actually a proper defensive batter and a proper one-day international batter. So if you see his previous stats before coming to the national team or before the BPL, his strike rates were somewhere between, I think, 50, 60 to 70. So I was very impressed with that, because that goes to show that he is actually taking care of his defensive skill. But I don't know, for some reason he actually started playing aggressively in the leg side only, and that actually is a curse for him actually. So that actually caught the attention of national selectors, and he got selected into the shorter version of cricket. And unfortunately, he scored runs in that particular, within those shorter range of shots also. That actually is a curse, I think, because he got fame with some misleading innings, I think I would say. Because I would say his downfall started from Lanka Premier League, where Shakib actually deciphered where his weak zone is.
Yeah.
So if you see that, like, a player from your own national team is able to decipher your weak zone, and you are getting stuck with that, and you are not going anywhere, then you need to think, like, how you are going to get out of it. But unfortunately, there has not been very little improvement. I know he has been trying very hard to score in the offsides, but I think most of the batting coaches are they used to say that if a particular batter doesn't know how to score in the V zone, like in the uh, if you don't know how to score singles in the V zone, then you need to improve on that.
And actually, it is the basic.
Yeah.
Because I think most probably one of the quotes. I was watching a video about batting, and how to improve my batting. So I saw a video, and the coach said that. I think it's maybe okay, I forgot the name. So he said that if you don't play well in the V zone, you are not a good batter. You are not a batter at all. So I think from Bangladesh, a few, except a few, not many players actually can play well in the V zone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think some of the batters that we love,
Yeah.
like Liton Dash, then obviously we're talking about Tohid Hridoy, they don't play well in the V zone.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see the stat, you will see that they're always scoring running the score zones.
Yeah.
Especially the leg side, or maybe and some of them are actually scoring from the leg sides.
Yeah. So that's really interesting. Like like batter like Tauhid has a very small range of shots, but only because I think he will improve if he unlocks how to score in the V zone, like how to take single in the long off region, and the long on region. If you see Shakib Al Hasan is also a square dominant player, right?
Exactly.
But still, he knows how to take single from long on and long off.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't face any trouble, like getting 50s, in some cases hundreds. So I would say that yes, Tauhid Hridoy is a very promising prospect, but if he somehow unlocks the dimension of scoring singles and doubles in the long off and long on region, I think he will be a very good prospect in the shorter version of cricket. And in the longer version of cricket, I think he needs to just change his mindset. He's still, I'm not sure. Last time, I don't think he played in the recent version of NCL. I think the NCL, yeah. The current NCL season he's not playing, so definitely he doesn't have any practice for how to survive in a 4-day match or a 5-day match. Yeah. So we are not actually thinking about bringing him into the test squad.
So I think you actually brought a good point here, because I mean I'm seeing that many Bangladeshi international players, they have reluctance in playing in the first class. But if you think about countries like Australia, you will see that even some of the players, they would go and they would play in the Sheffield Shield or their first class format. They would play there. So I mean, I'm not sure, and this is something that is actually impacting the performance a lot, because I mean, and for Tauhid Hridoy, I mean, if a batter wants to improve some of the batting skills, some flaws, so you don't do it in the practice session. Sometimes you have to go there and you have to play this first class, and you have to try. Now, yeah, I'm not saying that the first class format in Bangladesh is very good, but I would say still you would have a skill to survive under and then it would help you to develop some of the skills that you are failing to develop. And one thing about, you also mentioned about Tauhid Hridoy, that Saqib Al Hasan actually found his flaw. Believe me, if it were not Saqib Al Hasan, it would be any other player. It would, any other captain or any other analyst would actually find this flaw. Because I mean, now everyone's data is there. So I think this is something that our modern batter are not evolving. I mean, they have you will see, like some of our test batters like Shanto, then Mominul Haq. I think if you think about maybe 4 or 5 years ago now, they have the similar weak zone. That is incoming ball. If a bowler bowls incoming ball delivery, they miss that and they get out. Even Mushfiqur Rahim does that. Maybe one of the finest batters in our country. But he is also, that is the same trap everyone sets for him. So this is, and it's not just a recent thing. It's been there for maybe 4 or 5 years, even since beginning. Whenever the ball is moving, our batters are also moving. So
I think in case of Mushfiqur Rahim, what I can say is that his reflex has become much slower due to his
Yeah.
age. Maybe that is one of the reason that that is causing to miss the incoming deliveries. But I don't know what is happening with the other left-handed batters
Yeah.
that is in our top order. It is a common like common script. Like if you
Yeah,
bowl
yeah.
an incoming delivery to a left-handed person, a lefty-handed batter of Bangladesh team, you will surely
Get a wicket.
get 8 times out of 10.
Yeah, and also I think I don't think the opponent bowlers practice much. They just try to ball the incoming balls, and they do that, and they're successful. And this is also a concern, I would say. And for Bangladesh, I would say that the batter, I mean, like if you think about the other countries, I will actually go on this topic maybe in some other videos as well. I do not feel that our batter are very. I do not feel that the batters are very much concerned about improving some of the aspects of their game. I mean, I may be wrong. Maybe they try, but if they try, I would see some results. But I'm not seeing some results, and as an outsider, if I don't see a result, then I see okay, they're not doing well. Maybe there's something, some issue there. Like if you think about the statement that he has, Tawhid Ridha has given, that if I can score runs in the leg side, then why am I going to improve there? So if it is true, if he really feels that, then I think this is the concern. And I mean, in my view, if I look at Bangladesh team, I do not see, I don't see a decent batter. I'm not talking about the world class, decent, like a quality, a batter who can score maybe. I can expect 30 to 40 runs every match on that player. I mean, look at the stats there. Test match, ODI, T20, every format. I'm not. When I look at the batter, I don't see, oh, this guy is going to get out.
I think.
I mean, can you see any batter who? I mean, do you think that uh, is at least international level batter? Do you think?
I think I think we in the recent past Bangladesh had some promising prospects. I would be able to say a few names, and you will be able to give a very long sigh that you expected so much from them.
Yeah.
Like Leighton Das, Shomya
Oh.
Sarkar, Nasir Hossain, Sabbir Rahman. Then these players are actually not doing justice to themselves. Even Anamul Haq Bijoy,
Oh.
Abu Haidar Rani.
Even look at Anamul Haq Bijoy. Anamul Haq Bijoy is still. If you look at this year's NCL, he's one of the leading runs scorers there.
Yeah, he's
But
in the top three.
just bring him to the Test cricket and or any format in Bangladesh cricket, and I mean he is given a lot of chances. I'm not saying. I mean, I would say that even sometimes when he is batting in, he's showing some of the skills in the national level. I mean, BPL or any other place. You will see, oh my God, this guy is playing well. He deserves a chance. And whenever you are bringing him there, you see that he can't score runs.
Yeah,
I really feel bad about this guy.
Yeah. So what I was actually trying to say that these promising players had a lot of prospect. I think in the aspect of giving performance consistently across different formats or across many years in Bangladesh team. But I think they had a very mental blockage in somewhere, like I think they still had some have the potential to perform um, in any format of the cricket, but I think they need to like figure out mentally how they can score consistently. Like if you see the in the last Bangladesh Afghanistan ODI series, Shomya Sarkar was given the chance in the whole series. And if you see in each of those three innings, he got a very good start.
Yeah.
He got through the difficult period,
But
and
could not capitalize.
he actually gifted his wicket away.
Yeah.
In each of these season, each of these innings, and he was coming off a very good NCL also, because I think he scored a very good. I think he scored 250s just before coming to the
Really? Oh.
just before coming to the ODI series. So he had a lot of confidence, I think, but he couldn't capitalize. So I personally believe, even think about Liton Dash.
Oh.
What I think, arguably, he is the most stylish batsman Bangladesh has ever produced.
But could not actually
He,
utilize.
yeah, and think like, why you would try to hit a ball that is so close to the wide in the offside and try to score on the leg.
And I do not know. I mean,
And even in the test match, you remember, like,
yeah, yeah.
he started dancing down the wicket and just scooped the ball up.
And I mean, I think if you think about Liton Dash, I would say when he first came to, I mean, Bangladesh invested a lot of time on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even I can say that Tamim Iqbal,
Mm-hmm.
Bangladesh also invested time on him, but he actually produced.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some promises.
Mm-hmm.
He scored, I think, I mean, he was one of the top scorers in Bangladesh cricket, and he was, I mean, he evolved as well. Like in some cases, he was very aggressive at first. Then he became more and more reliable, and at some point, he was one of the reliable opener in Bangladesh cricket, and still till now, he is one of the finest. He is the best opener till now. I mean. No one could actually. I mean, till now, if you bring him now, he's still the best opener. But so that, I mean, the thing that I'm trying to say is that Tamim Iqbal showed something, gave some result. I know that he could have done a lot more, but from Bangladesh perspective, I mean, just by that he is now the best opener, at least.
Yeah.
But Liton Dash actually, I think, a small period of good time, and other than that, I see that he's having a good start and getting out very quickly. So
Yeah.
it's frustrating to see that many, and these players like Liton Dash, Shanto, they're supposed to be the player who are supposed to carry the team right now, but we don't rely on them.
Yeah. That's an interesting point that you brought. Like, you are saying Tamim Iqbal is arguably one of the best opener that we ever produced in Bangladesh, right?
I mean,
So-
not from international perspective, because I know
in
that
Bangladesh.
Yeah, in Bangladesh, yes.
So, if you see in the early career of Tamim Iqbal, he is one of the most aggressive batsmen Bangladesh has ever produced,
Yeah.
irrespective of format. Like in the ODIs and Tests, he actually played a baseball type of cricket, right?
Yeah. I mean,
But-
I still watch the
Lord's Century.
Century. I
Yeah.
still watch that.
Yeah. That's beautiful to watch. But he saw that if he tries to play this aggressive sort of in this aggressive nature, his career will not be prolonged. So he
Yeah.
started to like spend time in the crease, and by spending time he will get runs automatically, right? That's why his career got prolonged.
Yeah.
He actually, I would say he did a very good job on this particular side. Like, he figured out mentally how to survive in for a longer period of time, irrespective of any format.
Yeah.
Whether you score runs or not, that's secondary issue. But if in the pursuit of getting runs, if you're getting out very early in the innings, then it doesn't make any sense, right?
Yes.
But if you spend time in the crease and play somewhat some innings
40-ish or
40-ish or
30-ish.
50-ish, then I think it will give you confidence to bring a very good innings in the later half of your career. That's what is missing from Leighton Das's career, Soumya Sarkar's career, and I think in some cases the youngsters that are coming nowadays.
And also,
like Leighton Das, you can see that he has all these scoring shots that a batter can dream of.
Yeah.
But what he's trying to do, he's playing a ball from outside of to the leg side.
Yeah.
That's not going to work in international area. You can play that shot in NCL, I think.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen in international area, right? So that's why I am trying to say that, like the players like Liton Das, Shomo Sarkar, Sabbir, if they would have tried to mentally figure out how to like stay like
Stay in
do
the
not do
crease.
not play any bad shot. If
Yeah.
they are trying to
Learn
consistently
consistency. Yeah.
tell himself
Yeah. That
that
okay.
I will not try to play any rash shot. I will just survive. Let's see what's the situation is demanding. Then I will play my aggressive nature or my natural
Yeah.
play whenever the situation is okay, right?
I mean, I think many, actually not just Bangladeshi batter, in many modern the batter, they lack the temper. Many
Yeah.
batter, I would say that the temperament is something about in the batting. Actually, I believe many batter I mean, maybe it is due to different formats as well. Like sometimes in some format it requires you to take more risk. In other format it doesn't allow you to take risk. So mentally, it's a very challenging that you are playing another. I mean, different in different formats and adjusting to this differences. So it's very challenging. So I think maybe someday in the future we would try to figure out that how the batter can actually improve on this aspect, that playing differently in different formats, and they can. I mean, some batter did. Even the greatest batter actually could figure out the skills, like every Williams. He could do the both. So
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's what I actually talked in the previous discussion. Like, you have to be mentally very tough.
Yeah.
Like, you need to know how you can mentally like switch on yourself on to play defensively, and at the same time, when the situation demands of playing aggressive cricket, you can switch on that also and curb your defensive nature. Similarly, for the whenever you're trying to play test cricket, you're trying to survive, and you're trying to salvage a draw or something, then you need to curb your aggressive nature also, right?
Yes.
So that's why I think any sports, I think you need to be mentally very much tough on how to like react to the situation. That's what is actually missing from Bangladeshi players.
Yes, I believe. So yeah, it was an amazing discussion.
Yeah.
I think we can go forever.
Yeah.
I mean, the way we were talking, I didn't feel that we have spent a lot of time here.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for listening and staying with us this long. I know it's a very long discussion.
Yeah.
And this is the first video, so I know that maybe we have missed certain things.
Yeah.
So I would request everyone to be a little bit,
Patient
with
unlike
us.
Bangladeshi batter.
Yeah, and have temperament on us and give us some chances.
Yeah.
That many Bangladeshi players don't get.
Yeah.
Like Naim Islam.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone. In the future, we will talk about some of the interesting topics as well, and we also we would try to have a different way of videos, like we would try to experiment certain things as well in our channel. So stay tuned with us.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Rashid Bhai covered most of the topics that we wanted to discuss. So I would like to say that please stay tuned with us, and I would like to I would like to pay our heartiest gratitude to Samuel Bhai, because he did a very good job, and the hardest part was actually like setting up this system. So he did a very good job on that. And also I would like to thank Ismail. He lent some support also. So
for the tripods and the lights.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, also he's listening to us, us talking, and he's not bothering him, I guess. So thank you, Ismail, and also subscribe to our channel and support us. And I believe we can give you more and more discussions like that, and maybe someday we can bring international cricketers in our discussion, right? Samuel Bhai. He's very shy. I wanted him to be here
Yeah.
with us at least for 1 minute, but he didn't
Yeah.
do that anyway.
He's
So-
always the man behind the scene,
Yeah.
and he actually does the toughest job behind the scene.
So a few days ago, I was in a drama.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
He was the sound guy.
Yeah.
And he didn't want. I mean, he was
He didn't want to take the
Yeah.
spotlight on him.
Yeah. So thank you, Samuel Bhai.
Yeah.
And thank you, Majid, as well.
Thanks to you also, bhai.
So Majid is, I think, maybe one of the passionate cricket fan and analyst
Same goes to you.
I have seen. Very passionate, believe me. So
Yeah.
I hope we can give you more and more good content. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good night.